Do you know that a Belgian king once killed over 10 million Africans in Congo? Yes, more than 10 million. It began in 1885 at the Berlin Conference. The European powers gathered like vultures around a carcass, cutting Africa into pieces as if it were their property. And in this shameful gathering, the Congo, a land larger than Western Europe, was handed not to Belgium, but to one single man, King Leopold II. Imagine this, an entire country with rivers, forests, mountains, gold, ivory, rubber, and millions of human beings declared the private estate of one European king. He called it the Congo Free State, but in truth it was a prison, a slaughterhouse. Under Leopold's rule, the Congolese were enslaved in their own land, forced into the forests to extract rubber, the so-called white gold of Europe's industrial greed. Villages were raided, families torn apart, women violated, children dragged into forced labor. And when the impossible rubber quotas were not met, the punishment was not just death. It was terror so cruel it scars history itself. They cut off hands. Yes, hands. Soldiers carried baskets of severed human hands as proof that their bullets were not wasted. A child's tiny hand hacked off in front of their crying mother. A father's hand chopped away while his family watched. Hands of men, women, and even babies piled up like trophies of horror. Can you imagine the level of evil it takes to make mutilation an official policy? And Europe dared to call this civilization. Civilization? No, it was barbarism of the highest order. Even animals are not treated like this. This was not governance. This was organized butchery, legalized sadism, industrial-scale dehumanization. Historians estimate that between 10 and 15 million Congolese lives were destroyed in less than 3 decades. 10 million. Entire villages wiped out. Whole generations erased. Congo became a graveyard of unspoken screams, a land soaked in blood and tears, all to satisfy the greed of one European king sitting comfortably in his palace in Brussels. And yet, the same Europe that sanctioned this massacre still dares to preach morality to Africa today. They speak of democracy, human rights, and rule of law. But where were those values when Congolese children's hands were being chopped off? Where was their humanity when mothers watched their babies mutilated for failing to pick enough rubber? They rewrite history to present Leopold as a modernizer, a builder of infrastructure. Let us be clear, he was not a builder, he was a butcher. The railways he built were laid on corpses. The roads were paved with blood. Congo was not